Hello, I am Ruby, the master of all trades, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like my vibes, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I make a lot of different content and would love for you to join. Today we're going to be learning a new hobby. Something I've been really wanting to try for a long time was embroidery, and I did try it, and it did not go well for me. But I honestly don't think I gave it my all, and I feel like I didn't use the best tools to learn either. I kind of scrapped that idea a while ago and felt too nervous to pick it up again, but more recently, someone at my work has been showing me her cross-stitch projects, which are so fucking cute, and she kept saying how easy it was. I asked her if it was easier than embroidery, and she was like, yeah, it's so much easier, and I'm like, okay, I love the way it looks. It's easy to learn. It got me a little excited, and I started looking at different cross-stitch patterns online, which I'll put some of the ones here that really made me want to start. This just got me a little more excited, and I only grew more interested in trying to learn. My coworker actually was really kind and gifted me some Ada fabric, which I'll try to put a picture here, but it's basically fabric that you're supposed to cross-stitch on. It has a bunch of little tiny squares that you can follow as a guideline for the patterns, so it makes it easier. Before starting, I really wanted to get a solid baseline understanding of what cross-stitching is and how to do it. So I used a beginner's guide on Etsy by the Cajun Girl. I will leave it linked below. This was super easy to understand for me. This guide was like perfect. It had everything that I needed to do. It had me starting out to test. This was a super easy to understand guide, and it got me started on testing out simple stitches and practicing. Luckily, my mom actually had a bunch of embroidery floss, which is what's used for cross-stitching, and I finally had a use for it. It had been sitting in my craft pile for so long. Started with just a line of stitches, and I feel like I was doing a pretty okay job, honestly. I was feeling a little confident. I then made a heart shape using different thread colors to test switching threads, and it felt really doable, and I was feeling really confident in my work so far. My first real test, though, for myself was making a star using a free pattern that I found online. I genuinely don't know where I found it. I do not remember, but I'll try and link something similar below. It's literally just a picture. And I wanted to make this all one color so I could really focus on getting my stitches down and making them look neat. During this part of the project, I got really invested though, and decided I need to organize all my thread because it was just in a box or a little box, and there was so much thread, and it was all tangled, and it drove me crazy. It was pissing me off. So I ordered some thread spools in boxes on Amazon and got to organizing before getting to what would be my final project for this video idea. The star somehow ended up slightly wonky toward the bottom of it, but I was still pretty proud of myself for getting it complete. Like, even though the stitches were off toward the end, like, I did most of that and it looked really nice. You know, it still looks cool, but if you look close enough, obviously it's not perfect. I really highly suggest going through your thread and organizing them if you do this, because it made this whole process so much easier. I wasn't sure what I really wanted my first project to be, but I knew I wanted it to be lots of colors, but overall like a more simple pattern, but also still a bit of a challenge. That's when I stumbled upon this silly little goose pattern on Etsy by Lazatoli. It will also be linked down below. My first attempt had me feeling really cocky though, like it was going so good until I got to the goose. Because I decided, like a not educated person, to make the background first, which was a huge mistake, and I didn't realize that. The goose ended up looking so goofy, not in a good way, and I messed it up beyond repair. Or honestly, I probably could have fixed it. I just didn't want to go through and cut out all of the stitches. And I was bored, I didn't want to do it again. So many hours on this stupid goose too, and I felt so set back. This is why this video is so late, it's because of the goddamn goose. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh. But I decided to keep going for the sake of this video. Honestly, the video is the only thing that kept me going. I was like, I have to post this. You know, I've been talking about this goddamn cross-stitching for so long, I have to post the video now, right? So I prevailed, and I decided this time around I wanted to use my own color story. I didn't dislike the first color story, it was just like what the colors they used, and I was like, no, I want to do something that will make me a little bit happier. Yeah, this time I focused on really counting out stitches and trying to take it slow when calculating. I also tried to pull any stitches that looked wonky to me. I really hate pulling stitches and rethreading the needle. It's so tedious and it's just annoying, but I know that if I want something to look its best, I want to do that. So this time around, I really loved this little silly pink goose, and I feel like it took a lot less time than my first attempt, which I really didn't expect, I guess. Despite my setbacks though and major annoyances of fucking up my first project, I can confidently say I really enjoy cross-stitching. I can definitely see me continuing this hobby. I know there's so much you can do with it. I want to make picture frames, patches, make my own design, cross-stitch on apparel. I think that could be really fun. I'm thinking for maybe my next video, I was gonna make a few cross-stitch little patches, turn them into like actual patches you can like sew onto stuff. And I was thinking about sending some of them to my Patreon viewers or my Patreon supporters, which if you don't know, I have a Patreon. I will link it below. I want to eventually get into gifting some of my projects to y'all because I think it would be fun and I think patches would be a really good idea. But let me know what you guys think. Have you ever tried cross-stitching before? Or do you want to learn? Thank you so much for watching. Maybe I will try embroidery next too. I could do that. Or something else that you would recommend. I don't know if you guys have any good crafting ideas that I haven't tried before. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of me. Sorry, I don't know how to end. I never know how to end a goddamn video. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.